And now joining us on CNN News 18 is a very special guest. Anupam Kher, the face of the movie, is now joining us here to talk to us about how he's feeling today. Anupam ji, thank you so much for taking our time and joining us here on CNN News 18. How are you feeling today? The fact that the film finds a mention, you also find a mention as far as the best actor list is concerned.
Well, it's a great feeling. I think we are far away from nomination and other process, but I think the first step has taken place and we need to celebrate the first step. It's a humbling feeling, and especially the Kashmir Files has been a film which is not fiction. It's a film based on true story, true events, on genocide of Kashmiri Hindus, and for 32 years this story has been kept under wraps. And finally Vivek and we all got together to make this film, and the kind of love it got from the world, all over the world, was humbling. But still there were voices which were wanting to attribute other angles to it. So this special mention or this shortlisting in itself is a great feeling on a film level. But on an acting level, I'm a small town boy who came to the city of Mumbai 40 years back, and today I get shortlisted for my performance in Kashmir Files. But more than for the makers and for the actors in the film, I think it's very important that the tragedy of Kashmiri Hindus, which will finally or has reached the global stage, because that was important. There is some healing that has started.
Right. Anupam ji, I want to talk to you about the journey of making the film, the kind of response it saw. Many had criticized the movie, from the likes of Nadav Lapid to others, calling it vulgar and calling it a propaganda. What is your message to people like those today?
They are unimportant in the scheme of things today, because anybody who wanted a 15 minutes of fame attacking a film like Kashmir Files got his 15 minutes of fame. But at the end, I'm always told that truth triumphs. You can't hide the truth, or you can't pressurize, or you can't keep under wraps a truth which is there. They are not important in the scheme of things. There are people who are criticizers and there are people who are doers. So there are people like him who will criticize anything, and people like us who will make our film and put our hard work over there. And it's a tragedy of people. So people should have not only that person, but there are a lot of people in our country. Chief Minister, sitting Chief Minister has called it that it should be shown on YouTube. There are other people, but they are not important because now they will, what they will do on the 24th, I pray to God that this film reaches the nomination. But if it does not reach, they will try to say, "Dekha, abhi to bade uchal rahe the." So I am preempting that also. But for us to be able to shortlist it along with some amazing films from India, RRR, Gangubai Kathiawadi, Kantara, they're fabulous films, and they're Indian films. So it's a fabulous feeling.
You know, Anupam ji, I want to talk to you about the journey of the film itself. You know, when the film sees its name here, which means it has ticked all the right boxes as far as what the Academy was looking for. What does it mean for many like you who were involved in the making of this film?
To me, this film is not just a film. It's a kind of it was being part of something of a wounded soul. When we were shooting for the film, that's why I called my character my father's name, which is Pushkar Nath, because I was, in my heart, I was feeling that I'm representing all those people who have gone through this tragedy, and I can't, acting is the last thing I should concentrate on. I have to give my blood, my tears to this film, and that's what it was. There are my relatives who are involved and who were involved in the genocide. My mama, who was thrown out of his house. After great difficulty, he made a house collecting all his life savings, and within 3 months he was supposed to leave that house, and whatever he could put in a Fiat car, he left, and after 3 years he died because of the tragedy. So it's a personalized journey for me. And but I'm so happy and humbled for the love that people have given it, because at the end of it, it's the people who sort of decide whether they, and it's not a film which has songs, it is not a film which has fights, which has comic sequences. It is a film which jolts you, but yet people embraced the tragedy, and so it's very good. It's gone through ups and downs, and it has now reached this. For me, this is, you know, you can't take away the fact that 500,000 people were thrown out of their houses on the 9th of January 1990. We can't heal those wounds, but at least people know about their tragedy was a biggest beginning of a new era or new step.
Right. Anupamji, taking on from what you're saying, and I agree with the point that you're making, that despite evidence there has been denial. Do you think this is then a victory for many like you who've gone through the exodus and the genocide?
See, deniers never reform. They will never, and it's not important to turn them into accepting the truth of Kashmir files or Kashmiri people. It's not important, because they are like people who are pretending to sleep. You can never wake them up. So it's not important, those people. वो उन्होंने decide किया हुआ है कि हमें इसके बारे में ऐसा बोलना है. उनको लगता है कि वो 100 बार झूठ बोलेंगे तो शायद एक दिन वो सच लगने लगे, बट ऐसा होता नहीं है लाइफ में. झूठ को बार बार बोलने से वो सच नहीं हो जाता. So it's not, as I said to you, it's not important what they are thinking. They will come up with something else. If this film gets nominated, they will come up with something else, that oh ऐसे ऐसे हो गया, tragedy पर film थी. They forget that there was a similar film, Schindler's List, about the tragedy of Jews and how that film won so many awards, because the whole world sympathized with them. The whole world sort of felt their trauma, their tragedy, their sadness. So it's a film like that, and yeah, I think it's today. Let's sort of take the first step has been taken. Let's celebrate that. Let's feel happy. Let's feel, means, as I told you, never I thought that a small town boy from Shimla will finally get shortlisted for a performance. Not that I doubted my talent or I doubted my hard work, but the film is as such a different kind of a film. For this to reach this stage, it has its own journey, it has its own destination.
Anupamji, I want to just talk to you as far as this reminder list is concerned. Now, many already saying that this is not a nomination, so aren't you celebrating far too early?
Yeah, we are. Well, why not? Why not? It's like when you go for civil services exams, if you have passed written test, you celebrate. It's like any other celebration. It's preliminaries. That's what I'm saying. Why I myself said it, that in the beginning of this interview, I said, well, it's too early to celebrate. But why not? How many millions of films go to Oscars? How many of them get selected? Today, you in the opening said Vivek Agnihotri has claimed. No, it is not his claim. It's on the website of Oscars Academy. Our names are there. So you can read the names over there. So it's yes, we are celebrating as it's happening. It's not going to be the end of the world if by chance we don't make it. I don't want to sort of jinx it. But it will be still a celebration.
Anupamji,
lastly,
it will
still be happiness.
Anupamji, lastly, before I let you go, no, I just wanted to understand, because you're saying that yes, this is a first step in a journey that has already been tough for many like you. Does this now mean that you'll have to work even more harder to get that nomination?
It's not up to us. We will. What can we do? Means there is a voting system. There is a different way that I'm a member of Academy. That in itself, I feel that it's a great thing to have. But there's a process that goes into it. I'm sure Vivek, when he is shooting right now for the vaccine war, I tried to reach out. He tried to reach out to me. But we will do whatever is needed to be done. But any four of us, and I'm saying it with complete conviction that any five of the films that are listed, if any one of them goes into the final nominations, I'll be equally happy, because it is the triumph for Indian cinema.
Triumph of Indian cinema. Anupamji, always a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you so much for taking our time and joining us here on CNN News 18. Well, this